Welcome to the Big C on CNBC TV18 Prime. I'm Manisha Gupta, and whether it's about commodities, cryptos, currencies, commercials, corporates, carbon credits, we decode the latest global trends, connect the macro dots and geopolitical impact. We tell you where the smart money is moving. On the show today, we will be joined by Praful Vithalani, who is the chairman at the Indian Sugar Trade Association, and Sumit Gupta is the CEO at Wasida Global Commodities. But before we get to our conversation with our guests, let me take you through all the market action overnight. Joining me first up on the show is Praful Vithalani. He is the chairman at the All India Sugar Trade Association, or AISTA. Mr. Vithalani, hi, thank you so much for joining in. Sugar has been in headlines for the last 2 weeks now, and while the prices have continued to rise, it also has to do with the kind of notifications that keep coming in from the government, also creating some added panic into the market. How are you reading at the latest notification that is about allowing import of 1 million tons of raw sugar into the country? What does it mean, and how does that change India's sugar metrics?
Thank you very much, Manisha-ji, for inviting me. The things are we have to look after from 2010, when government was always keeping 60 lakh ton of closing stock is on 30th of September. Last year also, in the month of October, November, there was pricing hike because of closing stock of 47 lakh ton. And this year, the balance sheet, according to the poll we have taken, is 47 lakh ton opening stock, 280 lakh ton is sugar production. I'm not calculating the ethanol diversion. So it is net sugar, total 327 available, 8 lakh ton is exports. So 319 availability for domestic, and the consumption is around 285, 287. So the closing stock is around 32, 34 lakh ton. So gap, even we calculate of last year of 47 is 15 lakh ton. Now government has done each and every step, whatever they can take from 1st of July, and acted very heavily. Yesterday, 10 lakh ton import is also being allowed. The problem in the market is that buyer want to buy maximum and seller want to sell lowest. This making the demand supply gap in the market, and the things are that even it has get a political color also in the media, on social media and everywhere. So it looks tough, but this raw sugar will definitely help by, there are 2 refineries in India. One is of Sridat, one is of Sri Renuka, and their capacity will be another infusion of maybe 5-6 lakh ton in 2-3 months. The main thing is that government has allowed in the month of October, whatever you produce by the sugar mills, that is no need of government permission to sell in the market. So that another 4-5 lakh ton is definitely expected. So basically that 15 lakh gap is over, and now I think the price should get another southward trend, but depends on the way the sugar mills give to the traders, because after all traders have a lowest margin of business, and that is the way we, as far as holding is concerned, we are almost sure that no dealers are having more than 400 metric ton as per the guidelines of the government. And the currently, as on today, when I'm speaking with you, there are the bulk consumers concerns in the market, which they hedge, because there is no hedge platform in India. They hedge by keeping sugar in warehousing and hedge themselves for their finished product consumption. And that they have to sell, because the another order yesterday was that they have to, on or before 31st, dispose it of more than 15 days of consumption. So that supply is coming, will take care of the month of August, September, October. Also, we have to see, I think there should be a downward trend from hereafter.
We've almost seen 60 rupees a kg, and as you said, we've perhaps made a top here. Even if there is a decline, if there is a correction into the markets, what kind of levels could we be looking at until on 1st of November?
See, it is, as far as November is concerned, November there will be a lot of cooperative sugar mills financially not strong. They will come down at discount price. The issue is only of September and October. it is very difficult to predict today about the November as such or even price for September, October.
Okay.
Because there are some news that other commodity traders who are not of sugar and they are being become greedy of buying 400 metric ton of sugar and keeping in the godown for 1 month allowed for turnover. So the stock in trade is getting built up and that is slightly dangerous. The concern view what I personally feel.
Oh, that is interesting. So it's not just the sugar industry or the mills, but there are other commodity traders also wanting to make money in sugar. Well, absolutely. With the kind of tightness and price increase that we have seen, that is a possibility. Mr. Vithalani, the other thing really is about ethanol, really, because would you say that with sugar prices on where they are, one, the viability to produce ethanol at those prices is not there. And when you're getting higher prices in sugar, you wouldn't perhaps want to go into ethanol also.
See, even the next season, we look after the production and availability of sucrose in the month of January only. And we have seen in last 2 years, the gambling of the numbers done by various research analysts or anything, and the government is tracked. But we cannot predict the next season. But based on my personal experience, I can say that there will be zero allocation to sucrose to ethanol in the 2026-27. Way of two things. That first priority, as always, our Secretary Sri Chopra ji has said, will be availability of sugar. And now they have burnt the hands in this season. So they will definitely see that consumption of 285 and 60 lakh ton closing stock. So 345 must be there. And secondly, if there is then extra, then they will allow for what is called as your sucrose diversion to ethanol, and export will be the out of rule out. And I don't see any possibility of ethanol diversion in 2026-27.
Oh, absolutely. Mr. Vithalani, the other thing really is about on what we are looking at in sense of demand going forward, especially when it comes to the festival season. Would you say that with the import and at what landing are we looking at this import as well? And then a couple of mills also selling into the market. Will all be able to meet that festival demand? Are we sorted on that front?
The thing is that today, if first thing in our lifetime, that whenever India has in 2009 or in earlier years, whenever allowed import of sugar, the international future market has always gained by 5-10% close. And today we have seen yesterday that though it has gone up to 1826, but came down to 17.51 and given a negative close. So world is ready to give another say 1 million, 2 million ton if government want in India. And now as far as availability in the festival is concerned, Manisha ji, this is like there are two refineries in our India, in that set Kanda. They will able to give 2 lakh ton per month. So 3 months, 6 lakh ton they will able to give. If some other mills come forward
Okay.
and start sugar, refining from raw sugar, then another that 4 lakh ton will be utilized. There is still concern from today morning what the people are saying that whether 10 lakh ton will be definitely available during festival or not.
A final question really on the government buffer stock. Do you think with the kind of situation that we have been in right now in the new season, government might want to create a buffer stock of its own?
Yeah, but for buffer stock, we need sucrose, which is not likely to be there in next year. But yes, definitely in China, the system is that they have also huge population like India, though their consumption of sugar is lower. The government, to avoid such situation, always keep huge buffer stock in China to decide the price what it will be available. So it's a political question, and maybe government take or doesn't, because here in India the vote bank is the cane farmers, and government cannot think of having buffer stock. But yes, दूध का दाजा हुआ छाछ भी फूक फूक के पिएगा,
Right.
तो अगली बार वो ये जिस तरह से एक्सपोर्ट अलाउड 20 लाख टन, 15 लाख टन, 5 लाख टन,
May not allow that.
yeah, ethanol conversion and all this, I think government will definitely see that how it is to be produced.
That point is well taken, Mr. Vithalani. As always, thank you so much for joining in. So, well, yes, various headlines that have been coming in case of sugar, and we've perhaps seen the final one of it right now as the sugar prices in Indian markets have come off, and so have the sugar stocks as well. But with that, we'll step into a short break. Up next, we will be joined by Sumit Gupta, who is the CEO